Ding, ding, ding. Welcome to season 2, motherfucker.
Oh my god, too much energy. Let's go! I'm so excited.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Be like a baby on me. But now we're in important football time.
We are. This is. We're almost at the end. That's
This is
the
crunch
important
time.
part. When it's over. You don't have to hear about it for a couple months.
You know, it's the first time in 8 years that I've cared about playoffs.
You guys aren't just in it. You all are the third seed, I believe.
No, it's
Or
actually...
the second. The second. We're the third seed.
Yeah.
We were almost the second seed, but we weren't.
Yeah.
Not that.
So, same with us.
Yeah.
We both lost at the end of the game. So.
I kept seeing it, and if the Eagles had just played their starters and beat the Commanders with the Bears' loss, we would have been second, and that would have been so much better. And I'm like, would it have been? Do we get anything besides another home game?
You get to play the Packers in the first round. Now you get to play the 49... The Rams.
It might be the Rams. Hold up.
No, I think it's the 49ers.
I think it's the 49ers as well. I do have it all written up already.
I do too. I have it pictured up.
Mine might be wrong. I have it down as the Rams.
No, you're wrong.
It's made to be fixed.
Yeah, it's the 49ers.
I took it off of... No, I thought that was actually a legitimate page that I took that from. I don't know.
49ers lost, Rams won this week, so the Rams hopped them.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Is the rest of this correct?
Okay.
Winners of Packers and Bears face winner of 49ers and Eagles?
No.
Fucking hell.
Do you not understand how the playoffs work?
I understand.
It's not a set bracket. It's the highest seed gets to play the lowest seed. So your first round depends on what your second round looks like. It's not like the NBA or like baseball where their seedings are already set. If Seattle will be 1, they will play the lowest seed of whoever wins this coming weekend.
That's aggressively stupid.
Oh, I love it. It guarantees you the easy. If I'm the first seed, I should be guaranteed the easiest path.
Sure. Except now I do not understand how to format the rest of this.
Well, it just depends on your winners.
Yeah, but then I have to think more. Well, that makes a lot of things in my life make a bit more sense. But anyway, why I couldn't find a bracket last night when I was looking.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to do a predictor, which is what I did. They have it on, I want to say it's Pro Football Focus or Pro Football Network. Something.
Okay. Well, no, because I think I understand what you said. I just need to have a list of their seating if I don't already understand their seating, which I think I know.
Chargers is 7, Bills are 6,
Yeah.
Texans 5, Pittsburgh 4, Jaguars 3, Patriots 2, Denver 1. Other side, Green Bay 7, San Francisco 6, Rams 5, Panthers 4, Eagles 3, Bears 2, Seattle 1.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Well, obviously Seattle 1 and Denver 1. That I got right.
Yeah.
Did I at least get the other matchups on the other side right? No, I didn't even get that right. We're just going to close this. We're just going to close this, and we'll come back to you later.
There's a predictor right on Pro Football Network you can do. I did it right on my phone and then just took a screenshot of it.
That's solid. What was it?
Pro Football Network, I want to say this.
While I do this, why don't you talk about the season? And
The season?
tell me why I didn't notice that the Texans were apparently doing really well.
Well, it's because in the beginning they were struggling. And then they won 9 games in a row. And now I think it's 10 with the win yesterday. But the Texans, I want to say at one point I said we're going to figure it out because it was the Texans. I didn't think that the Colts would end up falling off as bad as they did, but when you lose your MVP candidate quarterback...
Oh shit, the Colts aren't here.
Yeah.
Listen, I need everyone to understand, I don't really like football. Minute we took our season break, fuck all did I care. I did not. We did our weekly things. I would have the score up. I would pull the score up for the games at the end of the night. I would punch them in, and that is it. And I would look at the matchups to make my pick. Normally the same night. Normally my picks were in a week in advance, because I just would look and be like, yes, they will do. And obviously it worked out for me because I ended up winning the whole thing. But like,
Yes.
so Colts fall off. I still think the Colts are a strangely good team, but apparently they're not even in the playoffs. So
They're good, but they got hurt a bunch. They were on their fourth string quarterback at the end of the year, who didn't look horrible. I do want to take credit for something. I don't know if anybody remembers, but my playoff predictions in the beginning of the year.
a few came back. A few.
I
remember
had
this.
Jacksonville and Carolina both in the playoffs. Given Jacksonville, I'm taking 100%. I want to say I said the Texans and Jacksonville to both make it out of that division. I'm not going to stand 10 toes because I don't really remember. But I definitely had Carolina as the wild card, not winning their division because I think I had Tampa to still win. But a lot of the teams that I said made it. Ravens, I had it probably over the Steelers. I had the Bears, didn't have us winning the division. I want to say the Lions winning. I actually also had the Packers missing the playoffs, but they just snuck in at the last seed. I also didn't have the 49ers. I thought the 49ers would be bad. And Seattle I didn't have. But I had a couple. I don't think anybody would have told you that Jacksonville and Carolina would have made the playoffs in the beginning of the year. So I'm going to take that.
When I saw that Carolina was making it in, I went, that's going to make Tanner happy. He was like, that was a thing that he was on for a while. And then at some point admitted that he might just be wrong.
Because they didn't look good. But then they figured it out.
They're facing the Rams. That's one that I'm looking at trying to figure out who I think is going to win. What big things should be talked about from the season? What about the Bears season? What about the Eagles season?
Bears are bad.
What about the Packers season?
Bears are the worst 11-6 team I've ever seen. No, I don't know. People will call me like pessimistic or whatever. I think the team looks good. I genuinely think Caleb Williams is a bad quarterback. I've been on this all year. Every time I watch him, it's like he's an idiot. Like I just don't understand. I think he's talented. I think he has arm talent. I think he's very good outside the pocket. You know, like just faking shit. Just out of script, just running around playmaking. Yeah, I think he's fine. I just don't think he's very smart. Like as a quarterback, I don't see. I see him take sacks he doesn't need to take. I see him make horrible throws, bad intentional groundings. It's either the ball is at somebody's feet or over their head. He's not very consistently on the money. I saw one game this year where I was like, okay, maybe Caleb is it. And that was for the 49ers last week, which made me hype going into this week. I actually sat down and watched the whole game, and I regret doing so because he's bad. And it was a flash in the pan. If I was the Bears organization, I would trade him this offseason, and I would go get somebody proven. I would go to Baltimore and see if they would give me Lamar. I would go to, what I would really like them to do, to walk into Tampa Bay, say, here's Caleb Williams. Can we get Baker? Do I need to give you a first? How many firsts do you want? That's what I would say. But, yeah. I'm not proud of the Bears. I don't know what's up with the Eagles. Their defense is amazing, and their offense can't put it together. I think it was a bad decision to rest your starters in the last week. I've said that for every team. I don't think you should rest starters. I think if we were to look back on NFL history, and this is just in my lifetime that I can remember, I don't remember anybody teams that don't sit their starters, those starters getting hurt in the last week, ruining their playoff chances. I do, though, remember teams sitting their starters getting a bye or whatever, or sitting their starters going into the playoffs, and then they play like ass in the playoffs in the first round and go out. I think there's something about rhythm, staying in rhythm at the end of the season. That's just a personal opinion. But, do we have anything crazy this year? We do have one big thing that happened in the last week. Myles Garrett broke the single season sack record that's held for 20 years.
If I'm correct, Myles Garrett is
Cleveland royalty. What?
Okay, he's Cleveland.
He's a Brown. Yeah.
That he's the one that requested the trade and
The
then
beginning of
was
the year.
given more money and was like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I had started saying it and I was like, wait, I thought that was the Bengals, not the Browns. So that's
It happened on the Bengals.
Oh, okay.
It was a very monumental. It was a very big moment. I got into an argument with somebody online the other day that Myles Garrett is better than T.J. Watt.
That's your fault.
I don't think it wasn't an argument. I don't think it's an argument when I'm right. So I don't know what conversation there is between the two. The guy said, well, T.J. Watt can drop back into coverage. I said, he's an edge rusher. He's bad in coverage. I was like, if they would ever put Myles Garrett... I said, I remember them putting two men in motion to whatever side Myles Garrett was on to block him. That's never happened for T.J. Watt because he's not that big of a threat. I was like, where was he at this year? Where was he at last year? Where was he? I just don't think... And T.J. Watt was around last year, but he's just not better than Myles Garrett. You're not going to convince me that T.J. Watt is a better player. He's nowhere near his brother. And I think Myles Garrett is getting closer and closer to J.J. Myles Garrett is closer to J.J. than he is T.J. And I don't think people like to hear that, but T.J. Watt just isn't that good.
What were you doing online in a social setting to get into an argument with someone?
It was on TikTok. Somebody said, can't believe that bro thinks Myles Garrett is better than T.J. Watt. I was like, but he is, though. Then he said something else, and I was just like, I don't have the time for you. The time or the want to talk to you. You're an idiot. You must be a Steelers fan. Anything else this season fun? Other than the genesis of Indiana Jones.
I am a fan of Indiana Jones. I also big fan of the Joe Bros.
Huh?
But both of the Bengals starting Joe quarterbacks.
Oh, Joe Flacco and Joe Burrow?
Yeah. I didn't know Joe Burrow came back at some point.
He did. He actually got sacked by Myles Garrett for the record.
That's even funnier.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in Cincinnati.
I definitely, when I took the Bengals for, what was that, week 17, I definitely thought that they were still running with Flacco, and I was going to make a Flacco joke about me never taking him. But before I said it, I did notice that Burrow was back, so that's why I didn't say anything. They still helped me immensely.
Yeah. And then,
Do I go with my heart or my brain?
Your brain.
Yeah. I'll look at that in a second.
Okay.
I'm down to the conference champions. Actually, no. I have one more divisional one I have to pick, and then we'll see. But
It's going to be a weird playoffs.
yeah, it feels like everyone's dominant, but no one's dominant.
I just think everybody's bad.
Well, that too.
I think there's a bunch of really fake good teams.
I think I'm just looking at it, and I'm looking, and it's like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 teams that it's like, how does this team lose at any point?
I'll say this. This may be the first year where I look at that, they give the MVP to somebody, and I'm like, yeah, just vehemently disagree with that. Because it's between two people, and I think it should go to the one guy, and it's between Stafford and Drake May.
Okay.
And they're probably going to give it to Drake May, and I think that's a horrible decision. They played nobody. Their strength of schedule is horrible. Go back and look at all the Patriots wins. They didn't play anybody. And the people they did, they lost to. I don't think the Patriots are that good. I don't believe in the Patriots. They're just a team void of talent. And I don't. They just had a very easy schedule. We watched the same thing with the Vikings 2 years ago. They got 14 wins, went out in the first round. So, I don't know. I'm so happy with my predictions for the playoffs.
Shit, I might be changing my predictions now.
Oh, shit.
What you said made sense. And then I, looked at it, and I was like, oh, he's not wrong. He's pretty right, actually. Who the fuck did they play? Oh, wow, they traded wins with the Bills? That's a good point. You know what? I'm gonna stand by that then. That's boring. That's so boring. Do I really think that's how it's gonna go? Do I think they're actually gonna stand longer?
I'll say this. I have a wild card team in both conference championships.
I do not.
Damn, that means you think they're not good. Well, no, that means you think they are good. Never mind.
There's one. I'll say this. I feel good about my picks for who's in the conference championships, except for one I think could go either way. But no matter how that one goes,
You're not winning, bro. You're not making it to the conference championship,
I have
bro.
us down as making it.
You're crazy, bro.
But I'm not.
Bro, you're so bad. You are as bad as we are.
Yeah, but if
You lost us!
But if my predictions are true, we'll be facing the Chicago Bears. Like, how bad could it get?
How the hell do you have that? Oh my god.
Yeah, if the Bears and Eagles both win, that's how that works. There's no way
yeah.
out of that.
I don't have a money.
Do I go with that for the lulz?
For the lull?
We're doing it. I'm doing it.
Oh,
All right.
you're off a perk.
Who do I think wins that game? I don't think we win that game.
There's no way, bro.
So do we want to go step by step, or do we just want to start with who do we have winning the Super Bowl?
No, step by step.
Okay.
You gotta tease it. Do you want to do the wild card round completely, both sides first, then we'll do the divisional round, then we'll do the championships, then we'll do the Super Bowl?
Sure, so should we talk about how points are going, how each thing is worth, that kind of stuff that I do have figured out.
Oh, do you have a okay.
Yes.
Okay, what do you want? What do you explain it? 'Cause I don't
Okay, so these picks that we do now are with insight, but with no insight.
Okay.
None of these games have happened yet.
Yeah.
So this is a full out prediction going forward. Each wild card round game is 1 point. Divisional playoff games are worth 2 points. Conference championships are 4 points. The Super Bowl is 8 points. Because I then have a system in called redemption points, which is basically if all of your fucking wild card ones are wrong, or if any of them are wrong, and say you don't have a divisional playoff pick in one of the games, you can then pick one of the ones that are in, but you get half points for that.
Okay.
Just so that way, if we're both just wrong completely, we're not just sitting on our hands the entire time.
Okay, so say I have, let me just pick a random team. I have the Jaguars.
Yeah.
They're my only wild card pick that I get right. But if they still go in the divisional, and I have still picked them in the divisional round, and they still win, but it's not the same matchup, that doesn't matter, right? I still get the points if the Jags win.
I would say
I'm just picking the points for the winner, not the actual matchup.
Yeah.
Okay, that works for me.
Yeah, that's how I would put it. Because really, the strength of doing the matchup here is only because of the way football playoffs work.
Okay.
Because it's not really bracketed.
Yeah. All right, cool. You want to see? Then let's go ahead and start. Wild card round. Do you want to do? Lead off with your NFC picks.
My NFC picks, I have Bears over the Packers.
Yes, sir! Fuck the Packers!
Fuck the Packers. I have Eagles over the 49ers, and I have Rams over the Panthers.
We're almost the same.
Rams over the Panthers I'm not sure about, but that's what feels correct in my soul.
Yeah, I have the 49ers over the Eagles.
The 49ers, the bad team?
The 49ers, the good team.
The 6th seed?
They have more wins than you. Sure, they have the same amount of wins as you. You only have the third because of the divisional winners. Yeah, I just think the 49ers offense is amazing. And to win games, you have to put up points. Your offense doesn't look like they know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah,
and I've wanted them to put it together all year. I want to believe in the Eagles. I do. But, because, I hate the 49ers.
Yeah.
But I think they'll win.
I am considering one other thing. I'm considering that they're playing in Philly.
I don't think that matters.
And that's like majority.
I walked into Philly and I kicked your ass, so if the Bears can do it, I know the 49ers can do it.
But I think we'll make it.
But yeah, I also agree with the Rams over the Panthers. I think the Panthers are just not that good. Within these teams. I think they're a good team, but within this crop that we have, they're just not good enough to hang. And the Packers are bad. I'll tell you this, there will be no more podcasts if the Packers beat us in the playoffs.
Oh boy.
There will be a news report, and you won't hear from me. I'll be somewhere. Just not here. AFC? I'll start with the AFC. I have the Patriots going over the Chargers. I have Jacksonville going over the Bills. And I have the Texans beating the Steelers.
This is the same.
We have the same thing.
This is the same.
Yeah, because the only thing worse than the Patriots with no good wins is that the Chargers will charger. and they will figure out a way to lose the game.
The only one I was unsure about Texans and Steelers, just because these are both teams that I don't have familiarity with. And I was thinking to myself, do the Bills choke themselves out this early? And against Jacksonville, I think they do.
I don't think they will. I just think Jacksonville's better.
Yeah,
Jacksonville is just dominant, and they've been good all year. I feel so bad for the Bills. I really want them to go the distance. And if they would have played the Patriots in the first round, if they would have been the 7th seed, I think they beat the Patriots.
You have no idea how much I would love if this Super Bowl came down to the Bills and Eagles, like I said a year ago. Okay. But I don't think that's happening.
All right. So, divisionals. Do you want to start? You want to start in the AFC? Who do we have?
AFC we can do. I'm second guessing part of my NFC, so that might change in the next couple of minutes. But AFC's definitely feel I'm not changing those. So I have Broncos over the Texans, and I have Jacksonville over the Patriots.
We're almost the same. I have the Texans over the Broncos and the Jaguars over the Patriots. I don't think Bo Nix is good, and I think Denver will fall off. I think Denver needed to keep rolling. Getting the bye, I think, is going to hurt them.
That's fair.
But that's how I feel every year. I feel like getting the first seed is just not a good idea unless you're the Chiefs.
Unless you're the Chiefs.
So I'll go to NFC. In the divisional, I have Seattle going over San Francisco, and I have the Rams going over the Bears.
Oh, because you have San Francisco in there. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like, that's weird. That's different, but that's how this works. Yeah. Okay. First one, I have Seattle going over the Rams.
Okay.
That I feel good about. I am going back and forth on the Bears and the Eagles. The first time I ran through, I put the Eagles over. Part of me now feels like it should be the Bears. Because it'll be in Chicago.
I will tell you, if the Bears would have played the Eagles in my bracket, I'm taking the Eagles. We're horrible at home. When we play at home, we are bad. We start slow and we end slow. And you guys travel well as fans. We suck. I don't think the Bears are good. I only have if we would have played any other team in the playoffs, we wouldn't have made it out of the first round. I think Carolina would beat us, to be honest with you. But the Packers are just bad, and their quarterback is hurt. So I no belief in my boys, but we're in the divisional round.
You got a playoff. You got a hat.
Oh, shut up. Oh. So who do you have, Eagles or the Bears?
I think I'm going to go with the Birds.
Good.
We'll go with the Eagles.
All right. Conference championships. I have Seattle going over the Rams.
I have Seattle going over the Eagles. I think is the real change that I make here. Is the Eagles make their way to the conference championships, but they can't overcome an actually good team.
Yeah, Seattle was good, though. That is crazy.
Seattle, it feels like they came out of nowhere. And
they did, 100%. They got Sam Darnold. Everybody's like, oh, they'll ride this season off, and then they'll draft a quarterback and have him sit behind Darnold. And Darnold's been amazing. And the Rams have been really good, but this is a divisional game. It could go either way. I just think Seattle is just that good. I just think they're that good. I like Seattle. Who do you have in the AFC? What's your AFC game?
I have the Jacksonville Jaguars going over the Denver Broncos.
Oh my god, I have Jacksonville going over the Texans.
Are we both going to have the same Super Bowl
we
prediction?
Do we both have Seattle, Jacksonville?
Super Bowl's going all elite, baby.
Do you have the Jags winning? I have the Jags winning! That would be their first Super Bowl in franchise history.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, Jackson. I don't know what it is about Jacksonville, but I believe.
Yeah, that was when I went through it.
Duval?
The original matchup I had was Jacksonville and the Eagles, and then I looked again. I was like, I don't think the Eagles make it all the way through, but I think Jacksonville does, and
They're so good. They're so good.
Now, to be fair, the Seahawks are good too. And it really is a thing of they both put it together and then have been seemingly unstoppable. So, if anything happens and we're wrong and we need a new pick on any of them for redemption points, we will come back and make those picks.
Can't wait for the Denver Rams Super Bowl. I'll be so mad.
And when that's the case, they'll all be
my worst nightmare is Denver versus the 49ers. I don't think I'd watch the Super Bowl. I think I would just do anything else that night. I'd go bowling. I hate those teams. If they both, oh my god, oh no, you just made me realize my like worst fear. Denver, San Francisco. Oh my god.
What if it was Denver and Green Bay?
There's a point. There is a -% that they make it past us. We are going to smash them.
What if it's Green Bay and Steelers?
The Rogers Bowl.
That's a possibility, technically.
The Steel. I'd like that. You know why I'd like that? Because as much as I hate Aaron Rodgers, I realize that my hate for the Packers is infinitely more. Because I've like had that at the beginning of the season, like, oh, he's beat me for 20 years, blah blah blah. I find myself like still rooting for the Steelers at some points, even though he's there. You don't know the joy I would feel to watch the Packers fans lose in that Super Bowl by the guy that they cast out 3 years ago, that even now they say wasn't that good, and he needed to go, to watch him walk back in there and steal another chance at a Super Bowl for them, to watch the Green Bay Packers fans cry, I'd be so fucking happy. I'd be so happy. So happy. Oh, I love to watch a Packers fan just die. But not emotionally, like really. Like them throw themselves from the Concords or whatever they call them. I hate the Packers.
From the top of Lambeau Field.
I hope they would Lambeau leap into a hole and perish.
Lambeau leap into a...
There were a bunch of charlatans.
Any words about football before we hit the 30-minute mark and I cast this subject out for a week? It's too late, we're there.
Okay.
I mean, if you have something to say. Because it's going to get cut down.
No. I really don't have anything.
I'm so ready for the season to be over.
I'm not.
God, I hate football.
I love football, but I do hate it. I hate watching it. I hate watching my team. I just need a quarterback. Oh, Caleb Williams is officially the highest passer in Bears history for a season. Didn't break 4,000, but
yeah, he
sucks.
What a bad
dude,
quarterback.
He sucks, dude. Yeah. I want him gone so bad.
A terrible team. You're 11-6 team.
The team is good. Our quarterback is ass. I would trade him for a bag of chips. Like, I hate him. He's made me hate him. And if they show me one more time on the sidelines, him on the field just walking off after a 3 and out, just like acting like he does not give a shit, I want to strangle him. I can't stand him. Oh, and then he doesn't. I hate everything about him. I hate him, and I will hate him until he figures his shit out and becomes good, which is still a very high possibility, right? Like he could actually just be good. This is only his second season in the NFL. I think he's ass. I think he's always going to be ass. I don't think you can coach out of him what is bad about him.
I mean, he'll figure it out when he gets traded to the Packers or some shit.
I hope he gets traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, yeah, of course.
And then I get the Bake Show.
Bake Show.
I love Baker Mayfield.
The Great American Bake Off.
That's all I have to say about the season.
Ding, ding, ding.
Eagles are ass.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
All right.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Jacksonville. Duval. Sorry.
What a strange city.
I love that city.
All right, I'm going to ring a bell. I've decided I want to talk about wrestling.
All right, let me get my drink. All right, good.
I appreciate when you roll up with just a whole jug of Minute Maid. So I miss talking about wrestling. I'm still on the Fuck That Company stretch. We're not dropping from that one. How it's gonna be, with this week being an exception, because this week's gonna be what I'm calling an All Elite catch up, which is where I ramble about AEW for like 10, 20 minutes, maybe 10, maybe 15, maybe 20. Today it's going to be focused on the Continental Classic, but what this segment's really going to be is it's going to be me talking about old non-WWE wrestling stories or wrestling trilogies. So like next week, if all goes to plan, it's going to be the Ring of Honor trilogy between Samoa Joe and CM Punk. That's what this is supposed to be.
Okay.
However, I didn't watch anything else, and the C2 was amazing, so that's fine. C2 was really good. I ordered and watched World's End because I ended up with the day off, which was great. It's right after we moved the new couch in. I sat down and turned on World's End, and it was beautiful. It was so good. It had an undisputed banger on it, which is always a good time. So that's something you'll hear a lot. You'll hear me refer to a match as an undisputed banger. This is a rating of my own rating system. The matches may have ratings, they may not, but if it's an undisputed banger, I'll tell you. What makes a match an undisputed banger? When I decide it is. It's a feeling, man. You can have a 5-star match and it not be an undisputed banger. But an undisputed banger is probably a 5-star match. A good example of an undisputed banger, FTR versus Brodito at Full Gear.
That was fun.
To give a match that you've seen.
That's fun.
It's just a feeling, man. The Gold League of the C2 going to a 6-way tie is some absolute nonsense that I'm just completely here for. No, a C2 that everyone thought they had predicted the end of. That, like, it was going to come down to Kesha and Okada. And it still kind of coming down to that, but also including a Jon Moxley face turn somehow. A 6-way tie in the Gold League. Jon Moxley turned face. John Moxley.
My boy!
So here's one of the rules for the C2 that I believe I told you before, but just to go over it again. The Continental Classic is a 2-block round-robin tournament, 6 people in each block, and then it comes down to 2 semifinal matches at World's End, winner of a league versus the runner-up the other league, and then a final. Winner wins the whole thing, as well as the Continental Championship is defended in the tournament. Each match in the blocks contest of Continental rules, which is a 20-minute time limit and absolutely no interference allowed. Under like threat of being banned permanently from AEW. So you take Jon Moxley, someone who has kind of relied on interference the past year, and put him in there, and instead of this just being him losing out like everyone thought it was going to be, it turned into him actually becoming a like on his back foot fighter who is trying desperately to not tap out at any given moment, because that's what Jon Moxley was doing up until then. And it just something about the way his character work was the whole time turned him. And this was 100% the intention. You can tell by the booking it is 100% because spoiler, Moxley ends up winning the whole thing. He ends up winning the whole thing. And it worked. It worked. The crowd was cheering for him at the end. And again, like going in, the assumption was that he was going to lose out completely and the Death Riders were going to turn on him. Good. Now we're stuck on this weird thing where the Death Riders can't turn on him. Because if your excuse to turn on him is, well, he's weak. Well, he just won the Continental Classic and is the Continental Champion, and you guys lost at World's End without him. So, but like to see them stand in the finals and Moxley cut a babyface promo, which was essentially, I was right when I said it, but it's happened. Because Moxley's entire thing when he was the champion was the feeling of AEW was gone. People aren't fighting. Like, what made this company great is not here. And his entire promo was, this C2 has proved to me that it's here again. Hell yeah. Let's fucking go. And as he's cutting this face promo, you see the Death Riders just slowly change from, yeah, good job, Mox, to, who the fuck are you?
Because he's the GOAT!
Undisputed banger was Moxley versus Kyle Fletcher. That match was so good and had significantly less blood than I think anyone would have guessed. That was at the World's End. In Okada versus Takeshita, it's clear that they held back a little bit for another match down the line. But in the result, Okada pulls the Don Callis screwdriver out from the turnbuckle that was hidden and uses it to cheat and blast Takeshita with it to pin him. That screwdriver was planted by Kyle Fletcher, who, as he was coming out, they noted that he was busy preparing and couldn't watch the first match. And then in the match, he goes for it, and it's not there. And he, like, tears apart, like, one of the entire corners. And it's just a really good story wrinkle that I like. As well as the match just being good and it ending by Jon Moxley suffocating Kyle Fletcher. That man does not put him in a sleeper hole. That man chokes his ass out. Like, I know we like to say that Gunther chokes people out, but Gunther puts him in, like, a sleeper hold. And it's good. It's a technical hold. No, Moxley wrapped his arm around his neck and pulled and choked his ass out. Kyle Fletcher's face turned purple.
I love Mox.
6-way tie is nonsense. Everyone in the Gold League needs a title shot yesterday. including Jack Perry, who was inserted last minute after a Darby Allin injury. What was the Gold League? What? What?
Darby Allin will never wrestle for more than 3 months at a time.
The funny part is that Darby Allin then wrestled at World's End. After getting shoved down the stairs.
Yo, I hate him. Actually, I think I don't like Darby Allin. I think he's completely changed my opinion of him. I used to think he's cool. Now he's a lame-o.
So Darby Allin gets injured in the first match of the Continental Classic in his match against Kevin Knight, which Kevin Knight fucking won, by the way. Which is... It should be noted that in the Gold League, it was a 6-way tie, and it had Zach's 2 favorite mid-carders, so, like, I was living the whole time. Like, what do you mean Kevin Knight beat Okada? So, Darby Allin gets injured in that match, and is out for approximately 30 days, and then was cleared before World's End, so they shoehorned him into a match at World's End, like the Wednesday before.
What the shit?
Either the Wednesday or the Thursday. It was on one of the... Well, I guess it was a week before, because those were taped a week before, but it was like one of the Christmas episodes. So your Gold League was Okada, Kyle Fletcher, Kevin Knight, Speedball Mike Bailey, Jack Perry, Mox was in Blue League.
Oh.
And who was the 6th? Oh, and Pac. Pac was the 6th. And they just all went crazy. Again, going into the final night, the final 2 nights of the final night. Going into the final night, Christmas Collision, so Christmas Day is when this is being aired. There's a 6-way tie in the Gold League. They resolve this by Kyle Fletcher wins his match, Okada wins his match, and then Kevin Knight and Pac tie. So it ends with Okada and Fletcher having 9 points, Knight and Pac having 7 points, and then Speedball and Jack Perry having 6.
Okay.
And then the Blue League goes fine. Takeshita beats everyone except for Claudio. He ties against Claudio, which tells a really cool story where Claudio tries to put down Roderick Strong immediately, but Roderick Strong has lost every match and is convinced that he will not lose every match. So in trying to put him down quickly to get that last point, which would have punched Claudio's ticket to the finals, he makes a mistake, and Roderick is able to knee his fucking head off and get 1 win, which then led to Moxley and Orange Cassidy being a sudden death for the last spot, which Moxley ends up winning.
Big Mox.
Blue League was what? Claudio, Takeshita, Mox, Roderick Strong, Mascara Dorada, and Orange Cassidy. No one goes winless completely this year. Normally there is. Again, Roderick Strong got 1 win, just 1, but it's enough. Potentially one of the best Continental Classics that they've done. Now, the unified title is no more. There are 4 mid-card singles championships, male singles championships in AEW. I don't know how I feel about that one, but it would be cool if, here is my little, how you could remedy this situation a little bit.
Okay.
I still don't think it was the correct decision, but I think the Continental Classic should have been for a trophy and the shot at the unified title. But here's a way you can remedy the situation is the unified title should now just be a prize for holding 2 singles titles instead of an actual title. And it'd be really fun to see Okada bolt after either Ricochet, who is the national champion, or Mark Briscoe, who's the TNT champion, to try and become unified champion again, just with a different set of belts to establish that. Now, that being said, if that's what you were doing, which is not what he was doing, if that's what you were doing, why the fuck you would introduce just in general, if you're splitting up the unified title,
Okay.
and you're reestablishing the Continental and the International Championships, why the fuck would you introduce a title called the National Championship? I love you, Ricochet. I'm glad that you got an achievement. Why the fuck would Tony Khan do this? The national title is quite literally a NWA flavored rehash of the International Championship, which you were bringing back the next pay-per-view. I already complained that 3 mid-card titles was too enough. 4 is definitely way too much. And that's even if Ricochet really isn't even on screen and he's out defending it in the Indies like he's supposed to be. And that's not even counting the fact that the fucking Ring of Honor World title tends to be treated as a mid-card title on AEW TV. I love Bandito. I don't want him away from my screens, but that's just how it be. Also, MJF is world champion again, but that's beside the point.
I saw that.
It's fine. I don't love that Samoa Joe only gets a month-long reign, but I won't lie if I'm not just like interested to see how it goes based off the fact that he has at least 6 people actively gunning for him in his title. Like,
oh, MJF?
Yeah. Because he has Samoa Joe, Hangman Page, Swerve Strickland, Kenny Omega. Bandito already has a match with him in like 2 weeks. And Brody King was kind of like, I think I'd like next. So, like, he has like 6 people gunning for him, which just makes it feel nice. First of all, you're telling me that Revolution might be main evented by MJF versus Kenny Omega? I can tell you the last match they had was very good. So, like, I'm here. MJF. And knowing that that's probably going to end, this is going to end somehow with Will Ospreay getting the world title at All In. It's a win. I'm sorry that Joe only gets 1 month, but Joe got to have his second reign,
that's fine.
Which is awesome.
He won. I got to see him win live.
It would have been nice to see more of Joe. Joe started to adapt like a Kingpin-esque gimmick. It would have been cool to see a bit more of that. Of him just being like, y'all don't want me to come down there. I'm sending my guys that you don't want me to... And then when he comes down there, he just kills them. Like,
yeah.
You just can't stop winning.
I love Joe.
So yeah, next week, speaking of Joe, should be Samoa Joe and CM Punk's Ring of Honor trilogy, which is very good, I've heard. I've never watched it. That's another thing. This is me getting to watch a bunch of like old non-WWE wrestling trilogies that are all really good, supposedly. Like at some point I'm going to do Omega and Okada, which will be a commitment. Because my god, one of their matches is like an hour long. It's a lot. New Japan, man.
New Japan.
But non-WWE, I'm sure I'll make an exception at some point, but non-WWE is the main thing about it. So, it's...
All right.
It's mostly...
Can we go slightly WWE? Because I have to ask you a question.
Sure.
How do you feel about the way John Cena's last match ended?
Did we expect it to go a different way?
I didn't expect him to win. I didn't expect him to tap.
Yeah, so it was fine. That's what I expected. Especially after, like, that one promo where Gunther tells him he will give up. I was like, oh, Cena's tapping. 100%. No, I actually like the tap specifically, the way that it was done a lot more. I like Cena's tired and smile and just, yeah, okay. Like, I
hate it.
That
I hate it so much. But I've hated the entire run. So
I've hated.
Yeah, I've hated the entire retirement tour. I can't... Yeah. Genuinely, other than bringing back Brock Lesnar, might be the worst thing that they've done that I've seen in like the my limit, like arguably the greatest wrestler of all time, and that's what you let him go out on. This is bordering on like Hope Solo levels of like horribly mismanaged ending to a legend. Yeah. Like.
No,
you know how bad, it's that bad that I'm comparing it to Hope Solo, who they ousted from U.S. sports. Like, they just said, Hope Solo's crazy and she's horrible. We're never going to talk about her again. She's the greatest female, like, soccer player of all time. Like, and they were just like, no, we're just never going to talk about it. And I'm putting John Cena up against that. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I disliked some of the matches of not his heel run. Some of the matches of his last run were really fun, but like the overall thing was incredibly mismanaged, and I did not like it. And it just... Someone said something recently, and it was just, Randy Orton, because Randy Orton returned. He had a return. We love Randy. He returned literally to Aura Farm, RKO The Miz, and then Aura Farm some more, and like that's... Sometimes that's all I need from a Randy appearance. Like, that's it.
I feel like every time I see Randy, he's returning.
Yeah, I mean, he gotta take some time off. Man's old. He's getting worn out. So we're like, oh, world title win number 15, and someone said, there's a reason why that won't happen. And they just posted the chart of total world title wins, and Randy is tied with Triple H. And I don't want to say that Cena's heel run was sabotaged by Triple H, who is jealous that Cena became the biggest name of the company and not his. I'm just putting that out there.
Hunter hasn't done always what's best for business,
Yeah. But Who could do it better? I could do it better. But we're already in an hour. And so
I think Steph could just do it better.
So I'm not going to do it better. Steph could do it better. Steph could maybe do it better.
I think just Steph. I believe in Stephanie. I like Stephanie. You know who really could have done it better?
No.
Yes. Give the company to Shane.
Oh, Shane.
I love Shane.
Maybe Shane.
I thought we all hated Shane. And then I just watch more of Shane and I go like back and like, especially I just rewatched the McMahon documentary. And just everything about Shane, I'm like, damn, I just like Shane. I like Shane.
So a lot of the hate for Shane comes from the past couple of years specifically. When he returned in like 2016, everyone was like just happy to have him.
Yeah.
Because like by all accounts, he's like the easiest McMahon to work with. Like he actually just seems like a relatively.
He's actually just a nice person.
Yeah. And again, nothing in the company is approved unless it goes through Vince at that point. So take that with it. He had a match against The Undertaker at WrestleMania for some reason. And then he went on this weird run when he was commissioner of SmackDown where he teamed with The Miz. He was labeled the best in the world from winning a tournament in Saudi Arabia. There was a lot of stuff like this.
I love Shane.
And that's what caused a lot of people... That's what caused a lot of the hate. Now again, it was not all Shane.
Yeah.
Nothing in that company at that point gets approved unless it goes through his father. And let's not forget that somehow AJ Styles' best match at WrestleMania is against Shane McMahon. How? I don't know. And I don't know how to tell you that. How is his match against Shinsuke Nakamura or his match against LA Knight or his match against Edge or his match against Chris Jericho is not as good as his match against Shane McMahon? I don't know. But
Shane's underrated.
But it's true if you watch him. Like
Shane is a banger.
It's weird, but it's the case.
Yeah. I love Shane. Yeah, no, not to talk about WWE, but
yeah, I will talk. I
feel so bad for John.
I'm down to talk about some of the history of WWE. I'm just not watching the product.
Yeah. I feel so bad for John.
Yeah. No, John Cena's final match and the entire show around it.
Mr. Never Give Up to tap out. Yeah.
That's how.
I don't care.
That's how the career ends.
I don't care.
I heard him talk about it on Cody's podcast.
Yeah.
And it won me over a little bit with it. A lot of people hated that conversation. I didn't hate that conversation, but
I just wish John would stop lying. I hear what you're saying. Like, I hate that John Cena is such a company man. That shit pisses me off. Dude, you're done. You've retired. Let's be honest. Tell me what happened with The Rock. If he diverts this conversation one more time with, it didn't happen. It doesn't matter. Why do we need to talk about it? Bruh, we want to know. Just tell us what happened. Because you know and I know that shit was ass. You got screwed. You can be honest about it.
The Chris Van Vliet one is funnier for that than the one with Cody. Just the one where he says, and Cena just goes, who cares?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what do you mean, who cares?
Everybody cares. It didn't happen. Why do we talk about it? There's so many parts of my... Okay, great. Nobody's asking you about that shit. I'm asking you about this shit right now. Oh, John, I love you to death, but god damn, does that shit piss me off.
I think his one with Cody is a bit better on that one.
It is, but it's just, I think it's because I saw both clips like back to back. I'm like, you fucking asshole.
But that's because Cody's also a company man, so they both know where to not go. Like
sucking off the teat.
My favorite one is Cody asking him what his favorite match is, because Cena's answer was always his next one, and Cena was like, "You son of a bitch, you've seen through my plan." It was a fun conversation. I like listening to those two talk. I understand why people dislike it, because I'm sure absolutely nothing happens in that conversation. I was also working it overnight when I listened to it, so who knows how much I was paying attention.
This is the first year that I didn't watch War Games.
Is that a thing that happened? Oh, like Survivor Series War Games?
Yeah.
I thought you meant the movie War Games.
No, this is the first year I didn't watch War Games. And I almost...
true.
It's like one of the few times I don't... It's one of the few things I always tune in for. I usually do War Games... Not WrestleMania, but War Games and the Rumble are like the two wrestling events every year. I'm like, all right, I'm watching.
Yeah, this will probably be the first year I don't tune in for the Rumble. I just don't feel like it.
I want to stand with you.
That's fine.
They have me by the balls with the Rumble.
Yeah,
I think it's because I was so hyped for last year's Rumble, and it basically gave me everything I wanted. Like I remember we disagreed on that. You didn't really care for the Rumble. I love the Rumble, so
it was fine.
Yeah, I have an obsession with just the Royal Rumble.
Oh,
I don't have an obsession with wrestling, just the Royal Rumble.
I love the Royal Rumble. I just... Yeah. I told Hannah months ago, back when I got on this fuck that company train, where I was just like, maybe I'll watch the Rumble. Like it's at that point it was over half a year away, and it was like, you know, by the time it comes around, maybe the excitement of a Royal Rumble will bring me back in. And as of right now, it hasn't. Yeah, it still could.
They still have Brock Lesnar regularly.
Like it's still like a month away. It still could, but like it's in Saudi. Surprises are supposedly going to be limited, which they have been the past couple of years anyway. Like I don't know.
We'll see.
And the guy that I still feel like should win the Rumble, I feel like is not going to win now. And
Sami Zayn?
I feel like they've just put his entire thing to pasture, and like that makes me a little bit sad. But it is what it is. It's fine. It's okay.
The Usos are back together again. Doing tag shit again and are champion again. We just don't learn.
It's fine.
They're fine. Like, I'm not disrespecting the Usos. I don't think they're bad. But it's like... again?
Yeah.
Can we do something else?
We got nothing else to do.
Let's
not act like the Raw tag scene has been like a place to be. All right.
No, but then we can do anything else. Do we have to just? I guess we'll just bring the Usos back. No. Something else.
I remember.
Give us one of the SmackDown teams. Just force them over.
Oh, move the Motor City Machine Guns over. Give me Motor City Machine Guns versus the New Day versus the Usos versus everyone. Nothing will be funnier to me than them doing the Jey Uso has a mystery tag partner, and then it just ended up being Jimmy. And everyone just being like, why was this a secret?
Yeah, that pissed
you could have just said that this was the case and not done a mystery partner, and we would all be okay with it.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Why is this a mystery? It's just his brother. Bruh. And they didn't even give him, like, an entrance.
He didn't. He just walked out. Pussy.
Fuck that company.
Yeah, fuck that company. And the Packers.
And Ross.
And Khan.
Fuck the Hulk Hogan. Anyway.
Like you're not a Hulkamaniac?
Yeah, no. The fuck? I saw one of those TikToks, and there's so many of them now. It was one of those TikToks where it was like, they're talking about basketball players and they're talking about legendary. I don't remember.
What legendary players do? Yeah. Kevin Durant!
And he's going, and I'm just like, okay, so the first one is Cena. He is legendary. I was like, and I was like, who are we slandering? Like, because this means we're going to slander.
Yeah, because it always gets the third one is always the one who gets slandered.
And then the third one was, Hulk Hogan had his... And I was like, repost. I do. We can... Hulk Hogan slander is not only allowed, it is encouraged.
It's wrong, but I get you.
It's not.
It's wrong.
Nope.
It has to be wrong. It cannot be correct. I hate... You can hate people... Like, he is a legend. He is the wrestler. That's fine. He's a piece of shit. We don't have to celebrate him, but he did what he did. Like, it is what it is. Rick Barry was spitting on black people on the bus, but he's still one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Like, it is what it is. Don't celebrate him, but he did what he did.
Hogan overrated as fuck.
It's incorrect.
It would have existed without him.
I don't disagree with that, but...
That's the end of the conversation.
It's not the end of the conversation. Because the company would have existed with every other legend not being there then.
You would have needed someone.
Who?
I do have... Here's where I will stand with you, but I won't stand with you.
There's only one that I'll hear.
In the rise of the WWF, there is only one person that matters, and it is none of the on-screen talent. Vince is going to find someone regardless.
Yeah.
That is how I stand with this. If it's not Hogan, he'll find someone else. Now, like, if you want to actually look at it, Macho Man could have carried the company. That's the one that I always go with. But, like, anyone there, because as much as we like to say Hogan was a good promo, Hogan had all his charisma, which isn't wrong. That's just not what it was. Vince found someone to strap his rocket to. Found someone that was disgruntled enough to completely turn their back on their territory and come in. And that, like, literally what put Hulk Hogan in that position was that he was a slime ball. That's the history of that entire thing. Without Vince, it doesn't happen. Because Vince is the one that's gonna honestly break the code of the territories. Which, you know, he always said someone's gonna do it.
Yeah.
So it might as well be him. Which... he's not. I don't think he's actually wrong.
He's not wrong.
I think eventually someone. We already had promotions trying to look to go national. You had the AWA. You had Jim Crockett Promotions. So like, I don't think he's wrong. Now, is anyone going to disrespect it that way? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe someone already goes.
It happens in all business. But so like, it was going to happen.
Yeah, like I don't disagree with him that it was going to happen anyway. So it might as well be him. Whatever. But if he doesn't take it, he can take that national with almost anyone, and it's going to happen. Because the minute you get that national time slot, the minute you pull a good rating. Yeah. Pro wrestlers are all like this. Everyone's going to jump.
Yeah.
Give or take a couple of people. Like, legendarily, the only two that are known to, like, actually be loyal are Undertaker and Sting. And I would argue this should not be considered Undertaker slander, but it might be. I would consider that Undertaker only ends up looking that loyal because he was on the right side of history the entire time. Yeah. And I put quotes around the right side of history. He was with the winning side the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, people can say, oh, well, he didn't jump ship when it got hard. Not everyone can jump ship when it gets hard. We don't know when his contract renewals were up. Sting stayed with WCW until that ship went down.
Yeah. Big Sting.
That's loyalty. And no one else would have. The only ones who did were the ones that were getting big payouts, which did include Sting, but Sting had buyouts multiple times. And even after WCW went under, he didn't go to WWE. He went to TNA, which is crazy work. But that's beside the point. And even afterwards, it's a whole thing. Sting is the only actual loyal wrestler in existence.
Facts. Big Sting.
And, like, you can say... And then you can say a bunch of people... You can say, like, John Cena. And, like, I guess, but... No one's giving John Cena what WWE gives John Cena.
Yeah.
You can say he's loyal, and the fact that, like, he immediately signed an ambassador thing for when he retires. For after he... So, like, now. Instead of, like, seeing what AEW had to offer. AEW was not paying him what WWE was going to pay him for an ambassador role. WWE... Like, it's an ambassador role. We have no idea what Cena's going to be doing. Let's be honest why WWE wants that. They get to sell Cena merch for the next 5 years. That's it. That's the whole thing. Yeah. That's half their income right there. Half their merch income right there. So, I don't know. I
think one of the few wrestlers you can make the argument that, like, it doesn't go anywhere. Like, they're like super integral. Maybe Stone Cold. To the company becoming what it was, it wouldn't have become what it is without them. I think Stone Cold is probably the only answer.
I would argue... I'm going to then still say Cena. I'm not going to say Cody. I'm going to still say Cena. And I'm going to just parrot what I said before, as I think with both of them it would have been someone else. Because even if you look at Stone Cold in the Attitude Era, Stone Cold is obviously the greatest. He is the one that rose above all of them. Rock was half a step behind him.
Yeah, I guess.
And they had other stars there too, like Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Mick Foley. Like, someone comes up to take that space no matter what. Now, do they reach the heights of Stone Cold? Maybe not. But Cena also, like, puts the entire company on his shoulders during the mid-2000s to mid-2010s. So, during what was their worst years. Between either that or the New Generation. How they got out of the New Generation, no one knows.
You know what's the perfect way to sum up this conversation? If they can put the company on Bret Hart's back and they can survive, it doesn't matter who you put it on.
I love Bret Hart.
Do we?
But you make a good point.
I was like, do we?
Technically, that was a two-way dance. It was between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. Is the historian way to think about the New Generation.
I get what you're saying, but
like I still agree with your point. I think those are still legendary players. But
Shawn Michaels he was in between two, like, times. I don't know. You know I love HBK. HBK is electrifying.
But, like, especially at this point, this company is surviving despite itself.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I love AEW, as much as I want to say AEW would be competition, and they could match WWE on all the metrics. WWE is not going anywhere. They're not just the big name. They've been the big name.
Yeah.
They're the name that people recognize.
They're not the name of wrestling. They are wrestling.
Yeah. Like, it just doesn't change. Their deals with ESPN aren't just about them putting wrestling on ESPN's thing. It's about them having WWE.
Yeah. Wendy's could do whatever they wanted. Their food could be better. They could come out with better deals. The Biggie Bag could be amazing. They will never be McDonald's. And that's as simple as
And you know that's true because that's already how it is.
And that's as simple as it is.
Yeah. That's already how it is. So that's how you know it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, it's just...
What are we fucking talking about?
I somehow got you talking about wrestling for.
I know. I missed it. I like, but you know me. I just like the debate. I love the debate, so I could even wish I know I'm not super informed.
You also locked me in with like wrestling history, and that's just where
and the history of sports is fun.
I'm such a wrestling historian.
Oh my god, I love it. I love history. You know what I'm trying to read?
What are you trying to read?
A menu.
There you go.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, we should probably wrap this up. Welcome to season 2.
Yes.
Things are going to be...
Football fun. Basketball even funner? Come back next time.
No.
It's wrong. It's not as fun. We have a long time before basketball's fun.
What would be... Here's the question we'll end on. Here's the big question. Instead of a Rushmore, here's a big... Or it can be a Rushmore. If you have that many. I don't think you do.
Okay.
But what would be... You legitimately might not have a good answer for this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. We're going to see if you do. What would be, it can be any type of sports or entertainment, anything. What would be, in your opinion, the best moment you were somewhere for, live for? So, like, you were...
That's already happened to me?
Yes.
Do I have anything? Has anything significant happened in front of me? Oh, jeez. I don't know if I have anything.
As I was saying it, I was like, this man doesn't go to live events.
No, but I've seen something. I've never been. Yeah, I haven't been to an event. I've seen stuff happen live, like on live TV. Yeah.
So just give me that.
Probably Smojo beating.
Hey, man. Give me that on TV. What was like the greatest, the top?
Live watching Derrick Rose break his leg. That was devastating.
Do you have any good things?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear about the double doink. Give me something good.
David Tyree.
Okay.
I watched the helmet Giants catch against the undefeated Patriots team. I watched that live. The Philly special in the Super Bowl. I also watched that live. And I got to see Ray Allen for 3 to save the Heat against the Spurs in that Game 6 to take it to Game 7 and then Miami win. Like one of the biggest shots of all time. Oh, here's a bad one. I got to watch J.R. Smith not knowing who was winning in the NBA Finals and him not giving the ball to Bron and he just dribbles it out and then Bron loses his mind. You know the meme where JR's got the ball and then LeBron's like this on the court. I watched that live. That was fun. But yeah, that would be. I think I give you 4 or 5.
Yeah, I was just thinking the other day, and I realized that I have such a top one that I don't. There's things that could top it. There's one thing that I think could top it, but I don't know if I'll ever be so hard to do.
What?
So my top thing that I've been there live for, I am doing the live in the stadium, it's WrestleMania 40. And like I'm thinking about, I said this like over a year ago. I was telling my mom, I was like, I think I peaked. I don't think. Like the only way that could have been better is that if it was one of my guys instead of Cody. But like I still like Cody, and Cody's mirrored kind of my journey a bit. Like my journey with wrestling fandom a bit is like WWE forever, checks out the indies, start of AEW, back to WWE. Like, so you're seeing him. First of all, I'm at WrestleMania, which is already, wrestling fan dream. You're at WrestleMania. It's the end of Cody Rhodes' story. Someone who's mirrored me. Again, it's not one of my guys, but it's still someone that I like. It's the end of one of the greatest title reigns of all time. It's in Philadelphia, which doesn't mean anything for you, but means a lot for me. And it's then also just WrestleMania 40 is considered to be one of the greatest of all time at this point. Like, it's in top 5 conversations still. It's going to remain there. And it's like, outside of like being in the stadium in Citizens Bank Park when the Phillies win a World Series, I don't know if anything. There's so many factors in WrestleMania 40 that like.
Yeah. The other thing also has to be possible to happen. So.
And there's that part too. It's like, well, 1, they got to make it to the World Series. 2, they have to do good. 3, I have to somehow get a ticket to one of the final home games.
That's the most plausible part of it.
Yeah, it's like it has to be games 4, 5, 6, or 7. Like it has to be, and they have to, like, it's just so many things for that to be possible. And it's like AEW could do all in Philly, but are they going to have me hooked in with the storyline, or is it just going to be a good card? Regardless, I go to all in Philly no matter what because I'm guaranteed a good time. AEW's never let me down with a good time, but it's just Mania 40, man. Shit was crazy.
It was peak.
I want to go to another wrestling show.
Have fun.
I know.
I'm on 4-year probation.
You're on probation.
It's like the World Cup. It comes around every 4 years.
I can't wait to ask you to go again in a month, and you'd be like, "Why the fuck are you asking?"
Oh, I will not. I will not falter.
Anything else before we round this out? Welcome to season 2.
No, I don't got nothing. I'm happy to be back.
Episodes are going to be a bit more segmented, is what I'm trying to do. It's going to be like, ideally, there's going to be like a sports intro thing, Zach's wrestling thing, and then like a main thing. Today, the main thing was really the football playoff prediction, so it kind of melds in. That'll happen from time to time. I have things planned. Tanner doesn't know about any of the things that I have planned, so this will be fun. And if Tanner then wants a segment, he'll have to tell me. And
yeah, eventually.
And like we'll write it in.
Eventually, I'll have a segment.
Yeah, you just gotta come up with an idea. You can tell me.
You come up with the idea. I just need to finish the idea.
Yeah, it's like I'm waiting. There's a main thing carved out. I have a companion waiting for it. Like I'm waiting for the thing.
I'm trying, dude.
I'm just waiting for the main thing, and then we'll be off to the races.
Sports is over. Back to the kaiju.
Back to the kaiju. I was listening. You'll appreciate this. I was listening to Superpod Hero Cast. It's a podcast where they watch superhero movies and the thing. They were on Endgame, so I was like, oh, perfect. Boom, turn this on while I'm at work. One of the guys mispronounces Gamora's name and says Gamera. And I'm like, hey. And then he says, yeah, he's in one of the Godzilla movies. And the other one goes, no, he wasn't. And they're like, yeah. And I was just like, so either he's just wrong, or he's thinking of Gojira. Like just like, because I know, because of you, I know it's like, that's not correct. Gamera is separate. So it's like either he's thinking of the turtle and he's just wrong, or he's thinking of, is that the multi-headed one? Gojira. Which one is Gojira?
It's Ghidorah.
Oh, or Ghidorah. Could have been Ghidorah as well.
It's like Gojira is just the Japanese pronunciation of Godzilla.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But like either way, he's wrong. Obviously.
Either way, he's an idiot.
They go back and forth for so long.
I love that.
Until he looks it up and he's like, oh, owned by rival companies. Yeah. Anyway, let's sign off.
Bye-bye. Have a great time.
Until next week.
Until next week.
We're back, baby.
Fuck the Packers.
Fuck the Hulk Hogan.